What we learn in the wisdom of Kabbalah is the actions of the Creator, which gave us the opportunity to assemble Him from parts, from our thoughts, our desires, our actions of various kinds, in a thing and its opposite, with mistake and success, all sorts of ways, just so that we understand from that work of assembling and disassembling, that we'll understand Him, feel Him. And be like Him. And that's what's special about our work. That's happening here. Opposite to all the rest of the things that we do, all the rest of our endeavors in this world, which may be similar to assembling, disassembling, understanding. That's how we learn of in all nature, inanimate, animate, and growing. We write, we make lists, we dissect, and so on and so forth. But here, what we need to do, it's not that we're dissecting ourselves as the degree of animal. Rather, we need to carry out actions in regard to the connection between us and separation between us, and only through the connections between us we will be able to understand who the Creator is. In that way, He is revealed. It's a very special thing that cannot be found in our world. And this work is called the work of the Lord, or God's work, because He gave us this work to do in order to get to know Him, and out of this knowing to become like Him, which is actually the same thing, to know Him and to be Him, like Him. And the path to there is only through connection between people, and there cannot be connection without disconnection. There cannot be an attainment or achievement of unity without that which is opposite to that, and that is how it is with every action. Ascent and descent, we call it, coming closer and parting, like taking a breath, inhaling and exhaling. That's how we see that these things are done. So ultimately, what a person needs to understand when he comes to the wisdom of Kabbalah is that it is the wisdom of unity, the attainment of unity. And there's no creator, rather this quality can be discovered in the connection between us. And it doesn't exist, truth be told, in all sorts of forms in nature, but only when we assemble it, this quality. We're learning from the wisdom of Kabbalah as there was a tzimtzum, a restriction, and then a restriction after restriction, and through to this world, our world, there were degrees, partzufim, sfirot, olamot, world. But all of this is only in potential. It's a potential force which will be manifest if the created beings will come and begin to attain all of that. And then we discover all those degrees that cascade from above downwards on the condition that we want to awaken them from below upwards. And if we do not invoke them, awaken them. They don't exist. There are no worlds, no madrigot, no degrees, no parzufim, no sfirot, nothing. Just the upper light, and that also cannot be attained by anyone. It cannot be spoken of, because without the one who attains, there is nothing that is attained. And so we can speak only out of what we attain, because that is that which exists. Existing is only in our attainment. And so, if we're talking about the discovery of the Creator, the ability to discover Him, that can only be through the connection between us. And connection doesn't mean that we hold each other in some earthly framework, corporeal one, and not that in some inner way we're connected together, such that we depend on one another, or we have some special feelings for one another, as we understand from this world. No. Connection between us, the connection between us needs to be on such a degree which is very supernatural, anti-natural, and only to the extent that I discover my nature, first of all, the evil which is within me, that doesn't want to connect with others, and that evil I can cut off a little bit to clean part by part, bit by bit, from in order to receive from my selfish interests, from my predisposition to control, to rule, to enjoy that, to know. And then only that part which I can clean, purify of myself using the reforming light, then that part comes to the degree of bestowal. It doesn't bestow yet, but it's prepared to bestow. The degree of Bina, Chanukah, that's what we learned. And then, by working on it, continued work on it, I can come to a state where I use it in order to bestow in practice to others, which is called to receive in order to bestow. And so, I exchange my evil inclination for the good inclination, and the difference between them is only in the way they're used in respect to others. And if I discover that I am evil towards others, I should be happy for having recognized evil. And afterwards, I continue. I don't make concessions. I don't give up. And I come to a state of the recognition of evil where I hate the evil, and then by that I can use that will, which is evil, for the benefit of others, to the same extent that I receive the reforming light, powers, strength, that I can do that. Meaning there is no good without the revelation of evil and the correction of evil, instead of which comes the good. And then, to the degree that the good is revealed above the evil, I begin to feel and understand what the Creator is, what it means. That this is the force of good that truly fills all of reality and is destined to fill me as well, instead of all of the evil that He gave me to begin with, so that I'll be able to replace it with the good. So all in all, my work is only that of choice, choosing to discover my evil nature and to want to replace it with the good. And all of this is in respect to connecting with the friends.